In a move likely intended to test the waters of diplomacy, Pakistan has invited Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi to the upcoming Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit. This summit, scheduled for October 15th to 16th in Islamabad, puts Pakistan in the spotlight as the current chair of the Council. The invitation comes at a time of heightened tension between the two nuclear-armed neighbors. India's participation in past SCO summits has been consistent. However, the current state of affairs between India and Pakistan casts a shadow of uncertainty over Modi's attendance. The invitation itself can be interpreted as a peace offering, a signal from Pakistan that it is open to dialogue despite the challenges. Whether this gesture will be enough to bridge the divide remains to be seen. India's response will be a key indicator of its willingness to engage with Pakistan on a multilateral platform. The world will be watching closely. The SCO summit holds immense significance for regional cooperation and security. India recognizes the platform's potential. It offers opportunities to engage with Central Asian nations and address shared security concerns like terrorism. However, India also remains cautious of China's growing influence within the organization. India's history of participation in SCO Council of Heads of Government meetings reveals a calculated approach. India has often opted for representation at the ministerial level. This strategy allows engagement with the organization while navigating the complexities of the India-Pakistan relationship. Sending the foreign minister instead of the prime minister to SCO-CHG meetings has been the preferred approach. This tactic underscores India's commitment to the SCO's objectives. However, it also highlights the need to carefully calibrate interactions with Pakistan. India's decision on attending the Islamabad summit hinges on a delicate balance. Security concerns, diplomatic considerations, and the overall state of bilateral ties will all play a role. The SCO, with its focus on Eurasian political, economic, and security cooperation, is a critical player in regional stability. India, a full member since 2017, joined the ranks of China, Russia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, and Pakistan. The SCO stands as a testament to the potential of regional cooperation. However, the strained relationship between India and Pakistan threatens to undermine the organization's effectiveness. The historical baggage of conflict and mistrust between these two nations frequently spills over into multilateral forums. The lack of trust and open communication hinders the SCO's ability to fully address regional challenges. The potential for economic partnerships and collaborative security measures is stifled by the shadow of bilateral tensions. For the SCO to truly flourish, all member states must prioritize shared goals. Overcoming historical grievances and working towards common ground is essential, particularly for India and Pakistan. The success of the SCO depends on the collective will of its members. They must move beyond historical differences and focus on the potential for a brighter, more secure future. The world is watching to see if they are up to the task. A history of mistrust. India-Pakistan relations and the shadow of conflict. The India-Pakistan relationship is fraught with complexities. Decades of conflict and a lack of trust cast a long shadow over any attempts at cooperation. This historical baggage has significant implications for regional stability and the effectiveness of multilateral organizations like the SCO. The two countries have been locked in a cycle of mistrust and hostility. This pattern makes it challenging to find common ground on critical issues. The recent surge in cross-border tensions has further exacerbated the situation, making dialogue and diplomacy even more difficult. The lack of progress in resolving long-standing disputes, such as the Kashmir conflict, continues to fuel animosity and suspicion. This impasse hinders the potential for meaningful cooperation in areas of mutual interest, such as trade, water resources, and counter-terrorism efforts. For the SCO to realize its full potential, addressing the underlying tensions between India and Pakistan is crucial. Creating a conducive environment for dialogue and confidence-building measures is essential for lasting peace and regional stability. The China factor shifting dynamics within the SCO. Adding another layer of complexity to the SCO dynamic is China's growing influence within the organization. As a founding member and a rising global power, China's voice carries significant weight in shaping the SCO's agenda. India, while recognizing the benefits of engaging with China on a multilateral platform, remains wary of its neighbors' growing assertiveness in the region. The potential for the SCO to become a vehicle for advancing China's geopolitical interests, particularly in countering Western influence, is a concern for New Delhi. India's participation in the SCO is thus characterized by a delicate balancing act. It must weigh the potential benefits of cooperation against the risks of being drawn into a China-centric bloc that could undermine its strategic autonomy. Navigating this complex geopolitical landscape requires a nuanced approach. India must skillfully engage with both China and Russia while safeguarding its own interests and upholding the principles of multilateralism. Terrorism's long shadow, security concerns, and India's decision. The spectre of terrorism looms large over the Indian subcontinent. Recent attacks in the region, some directly targeting Indian interests, will undoubtedly weigh heavily on India's decision regarding the SCO summit. These incidents have heightened security concerns and raised questions about Pakistan's commitment to combating terrorism. India has long accused Pakistan of providing safe havens and support to terrorist groups operating against it. The recent attacks have further strained relations, making it politically challenging for the Indian government to justify attending a high-profile event in Pakistan. The lack of tangible progress in addressing India's concerns about cross-border terrorism poses a significant obstacle. Until Pakistan takes concrete steps to dismantle terrorist infrastructure and bring perpetrators to justice, it will be difficult for India to engage in good faith. The security situation in the region remains volatile. India's decision on the SCO summit will be influenced by its assessment of the risks involved and the credibility of Pakistan's counter-terrorism commitments. A test of diplomacy. Modi's choice and its implications for the region. As the date of the SCO summit draws closer, all eyes are on New Delhi. Prime Minister Modi's decision on whether to attend will be a pivotal moment. It will send a strong signal about the future trajectory of India-Pakistan relations and the potential for regional cooperation. Attending the summit would be a bold move, signaling a willingness to engage with Pakistan despite the current challenges. However, it would also carry risks, potentially exposing Modi to domestic criticism and the possibility of a diplomatic setback if the summit fails to achieve tangible progress. On the other hand, skipping the summit would be a missed opportunity to engage with key regional players and advance India's interests on a multilateral platform. It could also be interpreted as a sign of weakness or unwillingness to engage in dialogue. The world is watching, waiting to see how India will navigate this diplomatic tightrope. The stakes are high, and the outcome will have far-reaching implications for the region's future.